Right, hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. We're back in the workshop, as always. So what we got going on this week? Well, let's tune in. We've got the Indy Classic here that we're doing some upgrades in. We've got the S2000 build. We've got the RX5 MC, and it's almost finished, and I think we're going to be test driving that for the first time today as well. And some information that we're going to be sharing with you, what's come about on the new trailer laws. So, do you know what? Let's roll those VTs. Right guys, we're standing here in the workshop and we have two Mazda based cars. The familiar one that you are all familiar with is the RX5 Turbo, Mazda based car, Mazda MX-5 engine in there. Now we've developed, and you've seen the build progress, maybe over the last year of this we've done quite a bit of development work on it, and this is now the RX5 MC, so it's motorcycle based, but it's all Mazda running gear. So if you was not looking to do the Ford, which we traditionally do, Ford Cortina or Ford Sierra based information on it, then this has Mazda front uprights, Mazda differential, Mazda drive shafts, Mazda rear uprights. We use the Mazda handbrake system, etc. on this car, the steering link bar as well. So quite a bit from the donor vehicle. We use on this one, it's got a particular one, it's got an R1 a 5EY MC engine in here. Kicks out about 185 horsepower once they're tuned in, dialed in with a Power Commander 5. We then run a 3.62 ratio Mazda diff. This gives it a theoretical top speed with the wheel and tyre combination we've got on here of about 124 miles an hour, which is bang on, we think, for this particular engine. You can overgear them. This is where it needs to be, good acceleration. So we got this on the scales, it's been geoed. We are in full IVA spec, so this is everything on it that we have at the moment to get it through, whether it be indicators and electric reverse motors and sprockets on there for it all as well, and it came out just about 460 kilos. So it's pretty light, in fact, very light, considering it's, you know, in comparison to the RX5 Turbo, which is nearly 600 kilos, you know, we've got 140 kilos of weight difference there. So yeah, nice spec car, carbon rear arches, carbon front arches. This is going to be our demo car for our bike engine version. So do you know what? The best way of doing about it? Let's get it out on the road. Good start, isn't it? Take two. Try that again, shall we? Right guys, welcome to the RX5 MC. Mazda based car. All running, bike engine, Yamaha R1 5EY. Sequential 6-speed gearbox, as standard, of course, straight out of the bike. We have a paddle shift arrangement on this one, which is pretty cool because it's down on the left, up on the right on the cow horn paddle shift, really easy to use. And we've just finished it. This is literally its maiden voyage out. So we're going to give it a little bit of a shakedown, get it ready and prepped to get it all registered. We're on trade plates today, which is fine. Give a little test. We've done the geos. What's the weights on this? 460 kilos, which we spoke about earlier. So 185 horsepower, roughly. Equates to about 400 brake horsepower per tonne, which is basically the same as a booster. They're a little bit heavier, but more power, but a little bit more torque. So they get there in a different way. Now, initial first impressions, steering, super light. I mean, bonkers light. And direct, very easy to manoeuvre around. Gear shift, very smooth. And on this car, very unique, we have the blink stop on the steering wheel. So we've got the buttons for the indicators for off and on, and it automatically turns them off for you. We've also got the high beam and the horn. There she is. All on there. We've got the Digidash set up from the clocks here off the R1s, which is great, in the middle of a big fat rev counter, and then a digital speeder, which I think actually works really well because you get the best of both worlds. I like an analog rev counter, you can see it a bit more direct. So we're starting to warm her up, getting up to temperature, not quite there yet, but we'll let her get through the gears. It's nice, oil's coming up, temperature's coming up, indicators on the thing. Now the only downside is with a bike engine, and this is noise. It's a bit noisy when you're going along at 40, 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour cruising speed. It's like you got, Neil says, the box of second gears. Now it is all working. We have got more than second gear because these things rev to the moon. 14,000, check that, 14,000 RPM. Not like a Mazda Turbo when it all runs out of puff at 7,000, no, 14,000, that's nuts. You can let this thing, you think it's run out of power and revs, and then you do this, start picking it up, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's only bringing it up to 8,000. I've still got 6 more to go. How nuts is that? This thing, it feels so light and nimble at 460. You can feel that weight difference when you're driving this to the booster, especially on the front end. Steering is super light, just so direct. We'll turn it into around about, we'll give it, the tyres are brand new, never turned the wheel, but still plenty of grip. Turned in, I mean, it's so sharp on the nose. Holy smokes, that's sharp on the nose. Really cool. You can power it out of the corner. Brakes are brand new, never touched the pedal, but actually, a bit of bite in there. It's all about that sequential gearbox though. Through the gears, all in the, well, at my fingertips. Let's be honest, it is literally at my fingertips, which is, well, again, I said this before with the RX1000, if you're driving a car and it's comfortable and easy to drive, you can drive it quickly. So what's the first impressions? It's light, you can feel that weight, and you can feel how light. Steering controls, awesome, all at my fingertips, love that, as I've said. Paddle shift, awesome, through the 6 gears. I've only got up to 8,000 RPM, that's not really delivering it. You can't do it on the road. On the track is where it wants to rev these bike engines on the track. It's where you want to be with it. I can't really give it what it needs to be in this environment. I'd love to shake it down on the track, and I think that's where we have to head with this one. It's already sumped. The R1 engine's very good for it. You don't need to do sump modifications on them. Just a baffle plate in there. We have fitted an oil cooler as precaution on this as well. And it's got a decent size 42mm aluminium radiator on this as well. So, and we've got wheelwoods on the front, wheelwoods out. It's got the electric reverse system in there because we're getting it for IVA spec, and a few carbon touches. But this is something you can build in your garage at home to this same spec, and it ain't a fortune. And it's a ridiculously fast car for not a lot of money. 10 out of 10. Sorry guys, I'm not being biased to myself, but it is. It's just the RX5 MC ticks the boxes every day. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed the RX5 MC test drive. Great little car, fun, and then once we get it all road legal, it will be open for test drives as well, no different to the Mazda Turbo. So we'll have both offerings here for you, bike engine and car engine. So that's great, but back in the workshop, we've progressed from last week on this build. So it's the Indy RR. So this is the Ford-based one, and we are running the amazing F20C Honda S2000 engine, and you can see we've plonked that bad boy in there. We've got on with that. We're now onto our own engine mounts. We used to use the existing S2000 mount, but now we're making our chassis in a way that we can modulate between all engine choices, K20A, Mazda MX-5 or F20C engine, so it uses the same pickup points, so we make custom engine mounts for that. So that's gone in. As you can see, it's been clean and detailed. We've got a few bits to tidy up, because we need belts and pulleys to put on, because a couple of the pulleys were a bit worn from the donor engine, so we'll get them upgraded. But yeah, 55mm core radiator's gone on, our standard oil cooler setup's gone on with the 19mm row oil cooler, all the anodised fittings gone in now. And with the Honda S2000, because of the steering link, by the way it sits, we actually run a remote oil filter housing as well, and that's piped up to the sandwich plate, which comes off of the takeoff here. It's still got retained the water cooled oil cooler, which we've just got to run the pipe up to here for it, because that one's corroded, unfortunately. So a little bit of work to do on that. But yeah, we've got our ECU mounting panel in, our steering column, which is our, well, it's got a quick release boss going onto the in there, so it's our collapsible bottom end column gone in. Pedal box has gone in, and these little float chambers are for your IVA spec for your level, low level warning. We've remote mounted the clutch fluid pop in there. Handbrake's gone in, prop shaft has gone in. This is custom. It's S2000 to Ford Sierra, so it's a custom shaft that we make for it. All the back end is in now, pretty much, apart from the shocks. They've got to go in next, but handbrake cables in, diffs in, drive shafts in, rear calipers, rear up, Sierra standard. Not like the Mazda ones, these are Sierra standard. Plenty enough braking on this. It's having wheelwoods on the front as well. This is going to have a full cage, but we keep the bar here at the back if you want to change it over at any time to just a roll bar. So if you're changing it back to a road car and you wanted a screen and everything else, you can do. In one foul, probably half an hour's work to change it over. Floor pan's all in, that's all buttoned up, etc. And we're making the side panels here. These are going in next, so the interior side panel kit is going in, all powder coated. And we have a tunnel top somewhere, don't we, as well, Dylan? Where have you hid the tunnel top? Dylan's been working on the tunnel top for this one as well. We're just making that, and this is all in ready for your fuse box holder. So we've got two-piece tunnel top, which is on this one. Slot in over the handbrake and go in, and slot in, and then we've got the front section as well, and then it will have a gear surround. Yeah, gear surround, which will go on, which will be again powder coated and slot on with the handbrake gate as well. So that's all fabricated and made as well, and we'll have a surround for this one, which again, it's a laser cut part we sell or supply, and then that'll be powder coated once that's in situ and made up as well. So it's just a mock-up stage for it as well. So yeah, it's progressing quite well. Steadily getting on with it. We're just getting all the fixings in for the wiring loom under here with the saddle bushes. Dylan's been mounted all of them. Clutch line's gone in. It's a hydraulic clutch line down to the clutch release bearing has gone in. So yeah, cracking on with the week. Steering back's on. It's getting there. It's getting there. And you'll see this progress. I mean, I know you've seen Honda S2000 builds go on. They're all slightly different because it depends on what spec you want. So if you want to look at a car or a chassis yourself and you want to spec it up, everyone is individual, which is what we like to do. We like to tailor it to what your needs are as well. So this customer's going for a different spec to ones who builds in the past. So yeah, hook us up on a phone call or an email if you've got any questions on the round tube or the S2000 engine or any of the other models in our range. If you like what you see and you're into your kit cars, guys, then why not subscribe to our channel? Press subscribe, click on the bell icon, press all, and it'll send you notifications each week. Okay, we're on with the Indy Classic. We've been doing some work on this over the last sort of few days as well. As you know, it had a prop shaft issue, which we've cut all the old bracketry out here. That's all gone, which was down in this section. You can't tell, but this section here it was awful, I've got to be honest. We've cut all that out. And now we're going to be making the new bracketry for the prop shaft to mount on, because this is what snapped to it was under here. The battery was mounted in the boot. This battery here was mounted right next to the fuel tank and the fuel cell and all the kind. So we've moved out of that. It's gone from the back on top of the fuel tank, and it's going to be going into a central location here, which we're just making all the brackets for, and that will sit on and tidy all that front end up as well. That's been done. we've cut out the dashboard. We started mocking up the other dashboard. Prop shaft bolt. There were some cracks in the engine cable, which we're just sorting out as well. Prop shaft adapter. We're putting a new one on that as well because the old one was, well, a bit bodged on. So we're putting a new adapter on this because it had some issues with that. And we're bolting a new one on, which will be this one that we manufactured, similar one, but the way that they got around it, so we've got a new sprocket adapter, which we do for all the bike engines. So if you're looking for a sprocket adapter and you're looking to do it yourself, whether it be a Busa, Fireblade or Kawasaki, we do the sprocket adapters to fit most of the models. So yeah, we're cracking on, trying to get all the little bits done. We made new interior panels. This was all a bit hodgepodge in here, so we've made all new aluminium interior panel set, which is here. This will all sit inside. I think we're going to be carpeting this for the customer because he's already got carpeted panels. So we've made new interior panel sets here for top and bottom, all the way around, because the ones that were on there were, I'm going to say basic. I'll be kind and say they were pretty basic. We get rid of the, I don't even know what that is. Have a guess, guys. Put in the comments below what you think that is, but I've no idea what it is, but it's coming out. We'll make sure we secure the electrics in a bit more of a secure manner. I don't know, some kind of household, whatever it is, no idea. But interesting, shall we say, that some people use some household materials to build a car. We can do better than that, and we'll make it right for the customer. So yeah, we're cracking on with that. Okay, I'm just going to share some information with you really now. You've probably seen on social media about the government changing the law on trailering and trailer tests, etc. as well. Now, the laws are going to be changing sometime in the autumn of 2021, so I'm not going to go into the details, but what we're going to do is drop a link below for you to go onto the government website. So if you, was it 1997, I think it was, you had to do your trailer test after that year, didn't get the grandfather rights, well, the law is going to be changing. So maybe click on that link below. It may have a big effect on you, and if you're trailering one of your kit cars to the track day, or you're looking to do that in the future, this may apply, or if you're towing a caravan, etc. So jump on that link below, have a look, see if it applies. That's one bit of information. Second bit of information is we have questions come in. Now, right-hand drive cars that we do here, and we do left-hand drive cars, of course, and they're asking, can a right-hand drive car be used in a left-hand drive conversion? Well, the answer is yes. We built the yellow RX5 left-hand drive car, which has been featured in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks now, that we did a drive out on it, and maybe we'll drop a link below on the left-hand drive test drive on that particular car. That was also built with a right-hand drive car. So yeah, look at that feature. Maybe there'll be a link down there for you as well. But if we do the test drives in this, our demo cars and other cars, if you want your car featured in our workshop walk weekly one that we do, it's a bit quirky, something a bit different, and you want it featured, give us a call, drop us an email, or etc. It'd be great to talk to you, and we'd love for you to get your car down here and we can demonstrate it, and you can talk us through your build and what it is, and we can have a little drive out on it as well. That'd be, you know, good fun as well as entertainment. Well, that's it. Another episode done. Another week gone. It's rolling into middle of September, going into October now. So winter's coming. So we're a bit limited on those test drives, guys. So if you can get the car into us as soon as you can, that'd be fantastic while the sun is still shining a little bit. So remember, press that like button down there, share it with your friends and family, and you know what? Catch you next week.